Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. And it's getting closer. The All-Star voting with just 7 days left. Here's how it's shaping up.
And guys, I think it's fair to say things are finally coming into focus. We're getting a really good idea of who's going to make it.
He's on the cusp of the top 10 in the Western Conference voting.
So still a long way away from being named a starter, but the fans aren't overlooking what he's been doing this season.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got the Wizard. Wizard out there with the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. And for the Bruins, Wizard out there with Booker. And it's the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
Here's the Wizard. Pass to Murphy. And stolen by Booker. Here's the Wizard. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Here's the Wizard. Goes up the baseline. Now Murphy. 5 on the clock. From downtown. Bangs home the trifecta.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to the Wizard. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's the three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's the Wizard. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Pass to the Wizard. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Hall. Gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's the Wizard. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. That one drops for him. The Wizards got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Pass to the Wizard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Hall. Pass to the Wizard. Picked by Murphy. Here's the Wizard. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Good on the bucket.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Lets the 3 fly. It's good from long range.
Well, you allow a shooter of his caliber to get that good a look and good night.
to the Wizard. It's 3-pointers off the mark. The Bruins have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. The Wizard, good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
They set the pick. Here's the Wizard. Misses from short range. The Bruins have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. He has 5. And the powerful one-handed slam.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. He had 15 points last outing. Off the run from outside the arc. The Wizard with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's the Wizard. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
Pass to the Wizard. Picked by Murphy. Here's the Wizard. Another shot. Murphy can't hit. The Bruins leading by 3. And here's Booker. Booker draws the double. Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. And the rebound goes to Murphy. Getting 40% here in the early stages. Here's the Wizard. Tries it from the top of the key. And that's good for 2. The Wizards got 6. The Bruins have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
I think when you shoot as poorly as they did from deep in that basketball game, it's not going to go your way very often. The 3 ball too critical in today's NBA.
Here's the Wizard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Shoots off the step back. The Wizard can't hit.
Boy, he looks and will take that shot every time. Just won't go.
Here's the Wizard. 6 points for him. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That is his first foul of the game. The Wizard is checked in for the Wizard.
Checking in for the away team. Number 2. Number 2.
And it's the Bruins with the ball. On the wing, Booker. He's guarded by Murphy. Back to Booker. Pass to the Wizard. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go with the 3. And the rebound goes to Murphy. Murphy's got his 4th rebound in this one. Murphy, a screen on Clark. The Wizard passes to Murphy. To the middle. It's deflected. Inside. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Murphy, a screen on Clark. The Wizard can't hit.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit the defense for how they're playing him.
Here's the Wizard. And the rebound goes to Murphy. Murphy's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Last game he had 10 points. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the screen. Here's the Wizard. Clark outside. To end the drought, and the layup is up and in. In this first quarter, around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. 6 points for him. And he uses the glass on the layup. The Wizards got 8 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Pass to Booker. Here's the Wizard. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. The Wizard can't hit.
Boy, they've managed without him to a degree, which bodes well for them overall.
Here's the Wizard. 8 points for him. Shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. That's the end of the first quarter and not much scoring. It remains close. The Bruins on top, up by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Bruins, what do you think, guys?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Clark is out there with Brown. And it's the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. Off on the layup.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Walker out there with the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. And it's Hall in at the 4. Here's the Wizard. Still yet to score. Shoots a fader. The Wizard can't hit.
A fadeaway, not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's Hall. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Walker the pass to the Wizard. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And Clark has got the ball here for the Bruins.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
The Wizard, good. The Wizards got the lead up to 3 now for the Bruins.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to the Wizard. Clark right side. Here's the Wizard. 4 on the shot clock. Latrey. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. The Wizard passes to Walker. Here's the Wizard. He's covered by Clark. To the paint. Here's Hall. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. The Bruins leading by 3. Here's Brown. Clark outside. Pass to the Wizard. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And some changes here for the Bruins. The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wizard. And it's the Wizard in for Brown. Here's the Wizard. 9-point game his last outing. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. That shot is off. The Bruins leading by 5. There's a good screen. Pass to the Wizard. The Wizard with the rebound.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Clark outside. Pass to the Wizard. The 3-ball. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. 6 points for him.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's the Wizard. Hasn't made one yet. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. To stop the run. A 3-pointer is right on target.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Back to Clark. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wizard. Doris, you were a great ball handler in your day. So with that in mind, do you think players are carrying the ball too much now?
Kev, this is such a hot topic. Carrying the basketball is when the ball ends up directly on the palm. The closest we get to that is what we call the hang dribble from players. They're trying to extend the possession so that they can read the defense. To me, that's the only point of concern.
Here's the Wizard, still without a basket. You're looking at the list of the NBA's top shooters from behind the arc for the past month. And you look at the Wizard, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down. And, of course, the Wizard. Same can be said about him. Another sniper. He'll hurt you from 3-point land.
I mean, the shooting range of these two guys has probably been the most impressive. There's not a spot on the floor they can't hit from.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on both. The Bruins leading by 5. Pass to the Wizard. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Nothing on the board. 6 to shoot. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Fires the 3. The Wizard can't hit. Gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Down low. The Wizard can't hit.
Nothing more important than protecting the rim, folks, and that's exactly what they get.
The Wizard, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bruins.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
And so he makes both from the line. Just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. It's stolen. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. A Wizard with the rebound. Around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. The Wizard can't hit.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
The offensive rebound. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. The Wizard passes to the Wizard. Second chance shot. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Here's the Wizard. There's the pick. The Wizard with the rebound. The Wizard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's the Wizard. The shot from the low post is good. The Wizard's got 11 points.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Pass to the Wizard. 1:32 left to play in the first half. To the left side wing. Here's the Wizard. They could use a bucket. A Wizard with the rebound.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Here's the Wizard. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Beyond the arc. There's the pick. The 3. Drills the three-pointer. And now a 12-point Bruin lead.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Team foul.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first half. Here's the Wizard. Here's the screen. 3 seconds left, and the Bruins tack on 2 more. And that does it for the first half of play. Bruins lead by 11. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
23.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
No one's picking them. Maybe if they play mistake-free ball, they'll have a chance. But a slim one at best.
I'm sure someone in the world is picking them, right? Maybe not. Who knows? And now, how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Bruins.
They have been so careful with the rock. Smart passes, tight handle on the ball, really speaks to the focus and discipline.
And that defense, try as they might, cannot disrupt their flow. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by the Wizards.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
The Bruins leading by 11. We've got Booker. Wizard out there with the Wizard. And it's the Wizard. That's the group for Mike Brown as we get going here in the second half. Pass to Booker. Here's the Wizard. A three-pointer, no good. The Wizard's gotten just 2 of his 7 attempts from deep to fall here. Here's the Wizard, defended by Booker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe. The Bruins leading by 9. Pass to the Wizard. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. Here's the Wizard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Personal foul.
Yeah, easy call.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. Being just 35%, they've got to get better looks. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Here's the Wizard. The layup off target. The Bruins leading by 10. Fires it up. Here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
That's how you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. From deep three-point territory, Booker pulls it in. 47% from the floor, getting it done. To the inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Booker's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bruins. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
For the Wizard. He's been more than solid over the last month, averaging about 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about defensive presence, he's the real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
Pass to the Wizard. Outside, Murphy. Here's the Wizard. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. They set the pick. Pass to the Wizard.
0 for 3 to start the second half. You've got to start finding your footing here.
Off target from three-point range. Here's the Wizard. Takes the three. The Wizard with the rebound.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there. When you can get off the floor like that, that wipes away any height advantage.
Pass to the Wizard. On the shot clock. They set the pick from past the arc. Rebounded by Hall. Hall's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to the Wizard. Pulls it from the elbow. That's short off the rim.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable shots.
Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3-ball. He's got 11.
Listen, this guy's a barometer for this team's success offensively. They go as he goes.
Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Murphy. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. The Bruins leading by 14. The Wizard passes to Booker. Here's the Wizard. And he banks in the layup. The Wizard's got his second bucket of the night.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. From 11 feet away, and the jumper is good. The Wizards got 16 points.
And he's been their top scorer today, but it hasn't come easy. He has not shot the ball well. They'll have to be more efficient here if they're going to win.
Here's the Wizard. Fade away. A Wizard with the rebound. To the middle. Here's Hall, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Might be undersized for a 4, but that vertical more than makes up for it.
The Bruins leading by 12. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Down low. Here's Booker. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And let's look now at the group of young players that have been locked in from the charity stripe. Your leading rookie free throw shooters of the past month. And you look at the Wizards, 4th in the league. And as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
He has been locked in at the line, taking complete advantage whenever he's got an opportunity to put points on the board.
The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. 16 points for him. To the wing right side. Fades away. If he passes to Hall. And there's the foul. It'll go on the Wizard. That's his first foul.
4th team foul.
Here's the Wizard. Pocket 6. Takes a 3. Hall, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. A lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
And the Stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Kept alive. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Three-pointer. A Wizard with the rebound. Can they get it? And the rebound goes to Murphy. Murphy's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to the Wizard.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's the Wizard. There's 1:54 left here in the third quarter. The Wizard, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Bruins leading by 10. Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. There's the 3. Rebounded by Hall.
After hitting a couple of threes in the first half, he hasn't had much going from distance.
And the basket by Murphy. Murphy's got 4 this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
And some changes here for the Bruins. The Wizard is checked in for Booker. Brown comes in for the Wizard. And it's Clark in for the Wizard. Here's Brown. And such a nice move to make the basket work. Brown's got his first basket.
Boy, that's a bang-bang play on the inbounds pass. I like those quick hitters.
Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard to the left wing. On the wing, Walker. Out left to the wing. This one for three. It's hauled in by Brown. And so Brown will bring it up for the Bruins to the paint. And that one is hammered home.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
Here's the Wizard. No scoring in this one. Pass to Hall. Off the left rim and out. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Bruins on top, up by 12. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Being a pretty low, 34% thus far. We've got the Wizard. He's out there with the Wizard. Wizard out there with the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. Puts up a three. And no good that time. The Bruins leading by 12. Here's the Wizard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul, first team foul.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Bruins.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the three ball keeps falling and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's the Wizard. Pass to Jovic. Here's the Wizard. The Wizard passes to the Wizard.
Number 1. First personal foul, first team foul.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
To the wing on the left. Here's the Wizard. Pass to the Wizard. Bucket is good. The Wizards got 19 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's the Wizard. Tries from 10. It goes. Bruins lead has got down to 12 points. The points that time coming from the Wizards.
Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Boy, that's the type of shot they'd like to get on every single possession.
Pass to the Wizard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. The Bruins making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And he makes both free throws. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's the Wizard, and he jams it with authority.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Jovic. To the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. He's covered by Brown. Here's Jovic. Here's the Wizard. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game. Inside, here's the Wizard. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Bruins lead by 16. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to the Wizard. Shoots from 12. The Wizard with the rebound. The Wizards got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's the Wizard. Now Clark to the paint. Here's the Wizard. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Number 23. First personal foul, third team foul.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Clark, who's checked in for the Wizard. And he's good on the second. The Bruins leading by 16. Here's the Wizard. Pass to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's ready to talk things through with them. The Wizard, he's checked in for the Wizard. Gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. The Wizard passes to Hall. Pass to the Wizard. Shot clock at 5. Right at the free throw line. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Bruins leading by 18. Pass to Clark. Down low. Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Here's the Wizard. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Bruins have gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Pass to the Wizard. And just as players, Greg, have used technology to train, it sounds like officials are now doing the same thing.
Yeah, whether it's the training app on their phones or VR headsets, cameras tracking their positioning on the floor, and even where they're looking. We'll see how much of a difference all this tech makes.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Third team foul. At the line for your Bruins, number 4. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And some changes here for the Bruins. The Wizard comes in for the Wizard. And it's the Wizard in for Clark. That one is no good. Putting just 31% in the game. To the inside. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Here's the Wizard. Shoots. And the rebound goes to Murphy. Murphy's got 11 rebounds in the game. The Wizard, good.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Pass to the Wizard. Let's lose a 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Well, we have a chance now, a recap of one of the standout performances of our game, earning our player of the game.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
They've lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Here's the Wizard. LDB, something that never seems to go away during the season is chatter about trades.
And Kevin, what makes this so interesting is that very often fans of this league are as interested in trades, who's coming and going, as they are in the results of their team. It's a little intrigue that everybody wants a piece of.
Here's the Wizard. Just 5 to shoot. And he misses the J. Gone. 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Hall. .141 left to play here in the 4th. Here's the Wizard. Takes the shot. Tries again. For 3. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Murphy.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Bruins.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. And he drops in the layup off the glass. That's 7 points for the Wizards. Being a pretty low 34% thus far. And 1:01 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And he makes that one count. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Here's the Wizard. Here's Brown. Shot clock at 6. Here's the Wizard. Missed on the 3. Here's the Wizard. Here's the Wizard. And so it's the Bruins winning this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. And as we part ways, we present our player of the game.